Good morning, Packers fans. It's Aaron Nagler here with your Packers Daily Chat on Cheesehead TV's social channels. Good to see everybody already mixing it up in the comments section. The Packers have a schedule, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. The NFL released the regular season schedule for the 2021 upcoming season. And boy, I tell you what, it looks like 17-0 to me. I kid, of course. Obviously, you can't glean too much. We already knew who they were going to play. It's just a question of when they play them. To me, it's always good to look at the first month. And the Packers, the first month plus, a couple games, they are going to be on the road. 4 or 6, I believe, are going to be on the road. But that means you get all that sweet Lambeau action later in the year. Opening in New Orleans is a tough road to hoe, but I think Packers showed they can go toe-to-toe with anybody on the road last year. It will be a very different environment this year with fans presumably back in the stands. And then home opener against Detroit in a primetime game. I'm in on that action. Who knows? Maybe by that point, Tim Boyle will have won the starting job. Speaking of Tim Boyle, the Packers signed a quarterback yesterday, Blake Bortles. You may have read about it. And that leads me into David's super chat. Don't really mind the Bortles signing, but it makes me miss TBLS that much more. Pouring out for TBLS, man. Yeah, I wish they would have found a way to keep Tim Boyle around. I understand, you drafted Jordan Love. He has to be the number 2, but I thought Tim had a great camp last year, and I want to keep good football players around. Just cutting them, not getting any, or allowing him to walk and not getting anything for him, never made any sense to me. I think it would have been prudent to at least keep him around and showcase him this summer during preseason. I know there's only so many reps to go around. You've got to get Jordan Love prepared and ready, and obviously the signing of Bortles gives them someone with a lot of starting experience in this offense with the terminology and what have you coming from the Rams and McVay's offense. Clearly, Nathaniel Hackett worked with him, so there's familiarity on the coaching staff. So you don't have to coach him up too much, as it were, the way maybe you would some other younger quarterbacks. But Boyle had been in your system for a number of years and looked really good last summer. I don't know. Just will never sit right with me. Cyril, thanks for the super chat. Can you recap for a few others on why you need a quarterback in camp that somewhat understands the offensive concepts of what they are running? I mean, you really, honestly, at this point in the OTAs, it's not like it's imperative. I think it's a lot more helpful once you get into camp, like training camp, because that's when you're going to start doing actual team stuff. And you probably would prefer to have a quarterback who knows the checks and the terminology and things like that. But for OTAs, you can really do with a couple camp arms, camp bodies, and be fine, no matter what their background is. But I do think Bortles kind of checks a lot of boxes for them in the sense that, they need bodies, people to throw the football in the offseason, because right now Aaron Rodgers is staying away and Jordan Love would have been the only quarterback. But it also protects them in case whatever happens with Rodgers, say Aaron stays away. They've got an experienced backup for Jordan Love now, ready to go. So I don't think it's going to come to that, but we'll see. Saw Kuhn tweet about wanting a piece of Florio. How much would you pay to watch that scrap? I think John's being kind of funny with that, but it was interesting how he chose to go after Mike pretty publicly on Twitter after, I believe, Florio called him a Rodgers surrogate. But I mean, hey, we all know who's talking to Aaron. We know John Kuhn is. We know James Jones is. And I don't think that's a secret. I don't think what Mike did was kind of anything beyond the pale that we all know. I mean, hell, Florida's done a lot worse than that. Wow. That is amazing. Cheesehead TV is to Packers football as Blackstone is to middle market residential real estate. Someone's been reading my my bio. I mean, he is acting like a Rodgers surrogate. Kind of, yeah. That's what I mean. It's not that big a deal. Next, I'm debating between a lot of ball game left hoodie or sweatshirt. Which one would you recommend? The hoodie. Definitely the hoodie. The hoodies are insanely comfy. They're so soft. Highly recommended. Would buy again. I've got so many at this point. I love a Christmas game. Me too. It's so weird how I hate the Packers playing Detroit on Thanksgiving. And I'm so happy they're not again this year. But I love the idea of Packers football on Christmas. And we've had it before. They played the Bears, I think, it was the last time I remember, and won, thank God. But there's just a way that the Thanksgiving game can ruin my holiday where the Christmas game can't. Like, even if they lose, which I don't think they're going to, but even if they do, it's Christmas. It's just family, love, happiness, you know? Yeah, okay, so the Packers maybe lost, but I got to watch a great football game with my friends and family. Christmas time. I don't know. Something great about it, especially that since it's at Lambeau. Love it. Absolutely love it. Why do I hate the Packers Thanksgiving game? I don't hate it. If they get the night game, I'm fine with it. But that game, that early game in Detroit, there's something about it, man. Lombardi hated it too. That tradition, there's something about it, man. There's the football gods sprinkle some dust on Detroit every year, and they give the Packers all sorts of problems in that game every single season. The less we have to play it, the better. I don't know. It just ruins it the way it can't be ruined on Christmas. I can't explain it better than that. Chris, Cheesehead TV Christmas special watch party. Can't wait. I don't know what we're going to be doing, Lenny, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to the Pittsburgh game if I can get across the damn border. Good luck. Just get vaccinated. Can an Ewok be a Jedi? I would suppose so. It depends, I guess, on which version of Star Wars you're down with. You know, Ryan Johnson taught us that anybody could have the ability to tap into the Force. Whereas J.J. Abrams says only if you were born to big, powerful people can you tap into the Force. I tend to side with Ryan Johnson because that is literally the original version of the Force that is talked about in the original film by Obi-Wan Kenobi. So I'm down with that. So yes, an Ewok can be a Jedi. Sean Gallagher, thanks for the super chat. The 17-game schedule looks odd. Do you think they will add an 18th game soon? Is 18 the maximum? That's where the league would like to go. Yeah, 100%. You know, there's a line of thinking that says, you know, it's a foregone conclusion. It's an inevitability that they go to 18 games at some point down the road. They've got to, you know, work that out with the NFLPA, obviously, but I don't doubt they'll probably add another international and or travel game. But yeah, 17 game looks odd a little bit. Still got to play the games. That's all that matters. The Lions' existence is merely for Thanksgiving Day games. Pretty true. Todd Rundgren is in the running for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It would be cool if he played Bang the Drum if he gets in. I thought he was in. I thought that was the announcement. I know there were a bunch, like Tina Turner got in, I think. Unless I misread that. Because he's been up for a while now. I hope the Cheesehead TV Christmas special is as memorable as the Star Wars Christmas special. If you haven't watched the original Star Wars Christmas special from 78 or 9, it's available on YouTube, and it is a hoot. Check it out. Ben, thanks for the super chat. Is there a way to know if they'll wear a throwback? Not yet, Ben. They'll announce it at some point, probably here in the next couple months. But no, there's no official way. Like, there hasn't been an announcement, so we don't know. I hope so. I hope that we get an alternate jersey at some point. Had a dream last night that the Packers went to the wing T offense without Rodgers and won it all. LOLs. Hey, man, whatever gets you through the day to that W. I don't care if Jordan Love has to hand it off 35 times. Let's do it. Any thoughts on roster size with more games? I think, Robin, what they're going to right now, I think the plan is to keep it where they had it last year. The new CBA expanded game day roster size by 2, I believe. And the ability to shuttle guys back and forth from the practice squad certain number of times throughout the year. That's not, I don't believe, official yet. There's still talks ongoing. Obviously, the COVID stuff still needs to get worked out, but there won't be a big expansion. You know, the league's, kind of carrot that they throw out there is, you know, the losing the preseason game, that 4th preseason game, gives the players a quote unquote extra bye week, which is kind of nonsense because they're still in the building and still have to work, but they're not playing a game. Of course, none of the starters played in that game anyway, but that is their kind of, you know, trying the little pittance to player safety. They should expand roster sizes. Absolutely, they should. But I think the PA is going to have to fight for that. Rodgers isn't going anywhere. Correct. If the Saints risk their cap for Breeze and still can keep a good roster now that he's gone, then what the hell are we doing? Nicholas, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for the super chat. they're putting a really good squad on the field? I don't understand the question. Like, just because you go and sign a bunch of people in free agency doesn't mean you're a good team. The Packers signed the best left tackle in the game, the best defensive tackle in the game, one of the best offensive weapons in the game, all in the last year. Who cares that they were still already on the squad? They're putting together a really good team and making sure that they're not completely hamstrung down the road. I don't see why that's a problem. Yes, the Saints operate in a very different fashion. We'll see how good they are this year, won't we? We will find out. Is 12 perpetually pissed? I don't know. You'd have to ask 12. Jake, thanks for the super chat. I'm not listening to anything about Aaron Rodgers until I hear words from his mouth. Enough speculation. I'm down with it, man, except I'm going to keep getting asked about it, so I'm going to have to keep talking about it. But I totally understand if you had to tune it all out. Brianna, thanks for the super chat. Assuming 17 games again next season, is it safe to assume Green Bay would have a home game for the extra game since this season is an away game? Yes, that is absolutely how it's going to work. The AFC team gets the extra home game this year. Next year it is the NFC. However, don't forget, next year also starts the rotation for playing overseas, and the Packers will be in that mix, and they could potentially lose a home game. One of the, next year would be 9 home games. They could lose one to an overseas game. But yes, that's a remote possibility. They most likely will play 9 games at Lambeau next year, and then it rotates back the next year. The AFC gets it again. So you are spot on. Mm-hmm. And I believe next year, the Packers have already announced the extra game will go to gold package, which kind of sucks, but what are you going to do? Sammy P, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. Hey, Aaron, who do you think gets to be Love's backup, Bortles or Henny? Most likely Bortles. Dustin, thanks for the super chat. 3rd year in a row, we start and end on the road. Yeah, the starting on the road thing, they've done it, every year under Matt, which is weird. Give the guy a home opener on week 1, man. But I don't hate it. That Detroit game, good Lord. There's nothing, I'm telling you right now, there is nothing more depressing than the Airport Hotel Westin after that Detroit game. I think we did it every year I was on the beat. One nice thing is about being able to wake up and really pretty much roll right into the terminal. That's kind of cool. But the rest of it, you can keep it. Who scores the first TD week 1? Alan Lazard in his return to the scene where he had his best game professionally, production-wise. I'll go with Alan Lazard. Jordan, thanks for the super chat. Thoughts on the special teams battles ahead of training camp? Heard David Beverly and Craig Hentrick were in town the other day. Hey, they have 2 punters and they have 2 long snappers, so get ready for some special teams battle. I don't know. It'll be fun. Did Andrew Brandt leave the Packers because Murphy became CEO? Would he have this 12 drama with him? Would we have this 12 drama with him? That's an interesting question. No, Andrew Brandt was dismissed, fired by Ted. There's not a lot of reporting around exactly what transpired there, but yeah, Andrew was up for the job that eventually went to Mark. And when he didn't get it, I believe Ted was like, I don't want a guy who was trying to be my boss around in the building, essentially. There's a lot of untold stories there that I would love to dig into at some point. But would they have this drama if Andrew Brandt was there? I doubt it. I think Andrew's a really good communicator, and I don't think he would have allowed it to fester into what it's become. But that's just guesswork on my part. And full disclosure, everybody who's followed me for any length of time knows I know Andrew. He's been on the show a bunch of times. Consider him a friend. He's a good dude. So my inclination is to say no, but never really. That's complete guesswork on my part. I'm sorry, Saints will keep on sucking. Keep on. Come on. They've won a ton of games. It's not like they've been a bad team. Sean, thanks for the super chat. Best away game tailgating coming up. See you there. I'm going to go to the away games. I'll probably be in the studio for watch parties. But man, you can't beat Kansas City. That Kansas City game is going to be lit, and that crew, they know how to tailgate at Arrowhead. Yes, they do. Accidental Hero, thanks for the super chat. 70s Throwback Cheesehead TV Christmas special. Jerry Tig, the Brady Bunch, John Brockington, and Nags singing a duet with. Oh, I'll get my best Bing Crosby out. It'll be good. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Aaron Jones runs it in for a touchdown. I feel like that. Charlene, hi. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for the super chat. So Lazar with the first TD of the season for the Pappies. Oh, Charlene, you're killing me. You're killing me. No. I got to do something for the Pappies has got to be something better. I got something I have a better chance at. Come on. Oh, that's a good one, though. That is a good one. Can we talk about how the Bears still suck? Always. That's an easy one. What 25 you want coming out of the backfield, Levens or Grant? Oh, that's a good question. Probably Grant, although Levens was probably a better receiver and you could utilize him in the passing game a little bit more, but I love me some Ryan Grant. What else we got? Oh, sorry. They're going too fast. There's too many of them. Oh, no. Why is this thing? Okay, sorry, guys. Come on. What's my favorite TV game show? That's a good question. I don't know. Back in the day, it was Press Your Luck. I always loved that game. Packers Nation needs to get a Phil Jackson Zen mindset. That's true. It would help. No doubt about it. Get ready for this last dance at Lambeau. Peak Eddie Lacy is greater than Amon Green? Is that what you're saying? Or equals? Or are you asking me to choose? I don't know, man. Peak Eddie Lacy was freaking awesome, but Amon Green was literally unstoppable, and Favre broke his thumb in 2003. What are my thoughts on the loss of Corey Linsley in the middle and what they will be? Callum, I think they've got a chance with Myers. If he hits and he's as good as they think he is, he could step in, and I think there will be a noticeable drop-off because there probably would be anytime you go from an all-pro to a rookie. But he's just got to, be serviceable as far as being able to get up to the line, make the calls. It's something he says he really enjoys, something he did at Ohio State. I don't think it's going to be too big for him, much like it wasn't too big for Corey. Don't forget, Corey wasn't even supposed to be the starter heading into week one, his rookie year, until J.C. Tretter got hurt at the beginning of the week. And Corey had to go in there and was thrown into the fire in Seattle when Seattle was coming off the Super Bowl championship. And he played really well. Now, of course, there were mistakes and there was stuff to work on. And I think that will probably be what happens with Myers. But, if there's a kid with the pedigree and the opportunity ahead of him and should be able to step in and work right away, I think that they'll be okay. But you can't replace Corey's knowledge, his ability at the line to make the checks and the calls. He and Aaron had gotten really good at working together when it came to the operation at the line of scrimmage. That will probably take some getting used to and or some coaching, some development. Maybe they hand some of that off to Elton Jenkins. They've done that before, at least under McCarthy. They used to have, Sitton and Lang make some of the protection calls when they were kind of cycling through centers every year. So maybe they pass some of that off to Jenkins, but the kid looks good. He looks promising, but we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Andrew Ware, thanks for the super chat. Oh my God, that Levens TD in the NFC Championship game. Oh, so good up the right sideline. There's another one too later in his career. It's a primetime game against Cleveland where he does a wheel route up the left side. Oh, so good in the snow. Great. The guy is so good out of the backfield. William, thanks for the super chat. Jake Ryan, good character and a former Packer. Which game am I most looking forward to next season? The Christmas game, probably. I just love the idea of the Packers playing on Christmas. I'm all in on that. I am still confused what happened to Snacks last year. Thoughts? Brandy, that is an excellent question because it's very clear that Brian was trying to sign him going all the way back to last offseason, made him an offer. Guy didn't want to play. And then as the year wore on, the guy decided he wants to play, but didn't sign with the Packers, went to Seattle, obviously, but then was in Seattle and then wasn't playing a lot, and then basically asked for his release and got it, and then comes to Green Bay and he plays, I think, was 12 snaps in that Chicago game, and then barely plays again. After that, which is a guy that Brian clearly wanted. I don't know. Maybe there's a disconnect between personnel and the coaching staff. Maybe they just didn't like what they saw. Maybe his conditioning was. I have no idea. I have no clue. I think he could have helped them if he had played more, but I ain't the coaching staff, so who knows? All right, guys, I'm going to have to get going. Can't thank you enough for hanging out and talking Packers. Don't forget, we have partnered with Aaron Jones and his pro camp for youth football. Go to aaronjonescamp.com. That's aaronjonescamp.com and use promo code CheeseheadTV to save 10%. It's in July. It's great time with a all-star, superstar running back for the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Jones Youth Football Pro Camp. Go to aaronjonescamp.com. Use promo code CheeseheadTV to save 10%. Make sure you check it out. Aaron is thebomb.com. As we all know, it's great to have him back in the fold. Great doing great stuff like this in the community. Support him when he does it. Thank you so much, everybody. Please do me a monster favor and hit like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and then tell your friends and tell your family. Cheesehead TV, we are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day. Go Pack Go.